the family of Earl DMX Simmons. He definitely touched all of us. If you music fan, he got me through high school and middle school and high school. So, my thoughts and prayers are with his family as we get ready for the main event status sports show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Main Event Status Sports Show. I am your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, of course, is brought to you by Haps TV. If you haven't done so, go ahead, hit the subscribe, download the Haps app. That's where you can get all of the notifications. So, as I said, all right, I got to figure out this whole thing connecting to Twitter. But I know that Haps is, there's no longer Periscope. So this is why you should be on Haps, because like I said, it's no longer Periscope no more. So, folks, the Orioles baseball season is back, and I'm happy. I was joined by a couple other great broadcasters. Want to extend a thank you to Peter of the Haps team, who invited me to participate in a Haps News Haps Broadcasters Roundtable discussion, where I was able to really sit down and talk with other broadcasters, just learn about what they were doing and share my show. So it was a great opportunity to network. So make sure you check out every time Haps does that. If you subscribe and you get the app, like I said, the app is free. They give you coins, and that can help you support other broadcasters on this great program. So, like I said, talking baseball real quick, the Baltimore Orioles, as y'all know, I'm an Orioles fan. So look for some Oriole updates, Oriole discussion I'll say this. Hopefully, I can keep it up. I'm not a fair weather fan, but look, when baseball season, when your team isn't doing good, baseball's so long, so you tend to tune in and you're watching not for wins and losses, but for player performance, and that might get a little boring. As I like to keep excitement, I like to talk about the stories. But currently, they sit at 4-3, and guess what? They're on top of the division. They lost 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, but they won 4 out of 5 from the Red Sox. Obviously, going up to Boston and sweeping them. But then coming back to Baltimore, they dropped the opening day game. There was not a game on today, so there will be one tomorrow. So hopefully they can bounce back and win ways. My thing is, if you're going to be in it, win it. If you're going to be in these games, go ahead and win them. Don't get blown out. But I'm going to list a couple teams that I'm excited to watch this year. I'm excited about the Chicago White Sox. That's a young and upcoming team. It was my sleeper pick to make the World Series last year. Obviously, that did not happen. But, with Tim Anderson kind of, edging into this sort of face of baseball, kind of this guy who can be a representative for the Black community in this sport. I want to see how they do. Shout out to Rob Parker with his MLB Bro website. That's what I'm also excited about. Just getting an opportunity to learn about the Black players and their stories. And so that's the team. The Astros are still the best team in the American League. They're sitting at 6-1. Don't be surprised if they make the World Series. But the Angels, 5-2, we're going to see what they do. The thing about them, they have a team that, a legend is leaving, Albert Pujols. They invested 10 years into him. I remember when he signed that 10-year contract, I was like, oh, man, that's a lot of years. I know it's Pujols. It's unfortunate that last year happened because I would have liked to seen him make the chase for 700 home runs. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get that, just because, it's going to be really tough. And let me look up how many home runs he has right now. But I think it's going to be really tough. I don't think oh, great. Of course, this wouldn't have exactly what I'm looking for. All right, so he got 663. So it's not impossible, but, he's not the same Pujols he was. He's 41. So he's not who he was a year ago. I mean, 10 years ago when they signed him. And I want to know, do you think it's a disappointment? Only one All-Star appearance, and that was in 2015. He had 40 home runs that year. But clearly, like baseball is a sport, or in all sports, you get paid for what you did most of the time. Not all the time what you're going to do. You look at his stats. Clearly, they were much better in um in St. Louis. You know, he was in the All Star game 2001, 2010 every year, minus 2002, and even that he didn't have a bad year. He hit 34 home runs, 127 RBIs, batted 14 is number 2 in the MVP race. So I'm assuming maybe he was hurt, maybe it was a healthy scratch, or just a all-star snub. But no doubt about it. I mean, he was definitely playing at an all-star level every year. When he went to Los Angeles of Anaheim, it wasn't the same thing. Yeah, he was hitting. He did hit over 30 home runs just 3 times, only hitting over 20, and he missed hitting over 20 home runs a couple of times. So he definitely wasn't the same Pujols. And could he be one of those people? He's obviously going in the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion. But will he be one of those people that you go back and wonder what would have happened had he stayed in the National League? You know, I want to know, what do y'all think? What do you think would have happened if he stayed in the National League? You know, because right now it's just like, oh, man, you know, he just wasn't the same. Let's just call for what it is. He wasn't the same. So I'm interested to see what happens. You know, with the Angels. I mean, it would be nice. He did win a World Series, but it would be nice to see if Pujols could get another World Series. You know, Mike Trout. He's somebody who, you know, they're gonna be looking at him and saying like, "Hey, you know, how good is he if he doesn't win the World Series?" You know what I mean? And Pujols won 2 of them, and it's kind of ironic. He wins the World Series and then leaves. You know, he didn't stay around, and he's only been to the playoffs once, and that was that so great 2014 season. Oh man, yeah. That if you know me, I'm a diehard Orioles fan, and that was the year we all thought we was gonna win it. That was the year the Angels won over 100 games, and they were the number 1 seed, but they was beaten, swept by the Kansas City Royals, who, you know, when you go back and look at that, they escaped the wild card playing game. Then they ended up winning going to the World Series and losing, but they swept through the Angels, came to Baltimore, they swept Baltimore, and yeah, so. But that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, in America, the National League, I'm interested to see what the Braves going to do. The Mets. You know, the thing about the Mets is, you know, that deal with Francisco Lindor. So now he's signed and ready. Let's see what happens here. You know, that's really as far as, you know, and then obviously the Dodgers and the Padres, those are going to be 2 fun teams to watch. Most people think that the Dodgers have, you know, their windows closed. They won the World Series when they're supposed to. What's up, Brett? Brett Walker tuning in from LA. Brett, I was talking about the Dodgers, you know. What's going to happen with them? Will they get a chance to win the World Series? You know, a lot of people feel that they pretty much wrapped up what they're going to do. I think personally, I'm like, you know, we'll see. San Diego's coming, you know, and I think if marketed right, baseball could market at like the earlier Clippers Warriors days, right? And then maybe even market, yeah, they could do that. Maybe like, you know, it's 2 California teams. So that's what I would like to see. We shall see what happens. So you know, that's a little bit about baseball. Obviously, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on in football with Deshaun Watson. And I've said this before, and I'm saying it again. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I don't. I just going to leave it at that. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of reasons, but I'm not going to touch it at all. So, but yeah, for those who do not know, WrestleMania is this weekend. I'm excited about that. For the wrestling fans out there watching, let me know in the comment section who are you looking forward to seeing. Make sure if you haven't done so, go ahead, hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel, my wrestling YouTube channel. Shout out to Peter coming in. I appreciate it. You must have missed. I hope. Wonder if you missed a shout out earlier. I thanked you for inviting me on that the Haps roundtable discussion. But yeah, like I said, WrestleMania is this weekend. I'm excited about it. It's official. Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks main event night 1. something that people didn't think would happen again when the women main evented WrestleMania 35. And just 2 years later, they will main event WrestleMania 37 the first night. So make sure y'all check that out. I'm interested. The Ravens, like I mentioned before, Ravens signed Sammy Watkins. I saw this video. Apparently, Sammy Watkins said after the fact that the Ravens wide receivers need to do a better job of getting open. I was like, uh-oh, is that drama? Is that not drama? But yeah, said they need to do a better job. They needed to get open. Said it's not the offensive coordinator. So we'll see. You have a veteran wide receiver coming in. You're going to have you got the Marquise Brown. This is his third year. Miles Boykin. This is his third year. So what's going to happen with these guys? You got somebody who's been to the promised land. He's been to the Super Bowl and won it. He also went and lost it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they give him his respect. Well deserved. Like I said, he's a veteran. So hopefully they give him his respect. And I'd love to see what happens when these guys get back on the field. I think it's going to be great. So, but yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I got getting ready for these WrestleMania parties. So make sure you follow me on all social media platforms as I get ready to rev it up. It's WrestleMania weekend. I got my snacks, I got my food. The steaks are marinating. I gonna make some ribs. If it rains, I think it's supposed to rain. So if it rains, I ain't throwing nothing on the grill. But if it don't rain, best believe the food is going on the grill. So I'm excited about that. Going to have just a small gathering, just close friends and my kids, and that's the most important part. They getting another WrestleMania party under their belt. In their case, 3 years in a row. As I was at 33, and for 34, I went out with my friends to a restaurant. But not going to do that this year, as I'm looking to be safe. Alex says, watch out for that COVID. You don't have to tell me twice. It's definitely something I'm always watching out because it is real. It is serious. That's the reason why I'll be watching WrestleMania at home, and I'm fully vaccinated. I'm not one to be telling people what to do. I tell you, do your research, do you get your information, and do what's best for you. Do not let anyone pressure you. So, folks, as always, thank you for joining me on this great broadcast platform of Haps TV. Looking forward to talking baseball this season. Like I said, my Orioles are in first place, and maybe I'll go back in the archives. Like, remember when they was in first place in April? We was used to that, and we're back in last place. Or I'll go back and say, wow, they really did it. They really maintained first place throughout the season. These young guys got it together, and now they could be winning the championship. Of course, that's the thing I'm hoping for. But till the next time, folks, I'm Brian H. Waters. Goodbye and good night.